What is up, my furballs? This is going to be more of a little bit of a downer video. The big happiness is I got my City of Sound shirt today. Pretty cool. This hoodie that I'm wearing is a City of Sound shirt, but one ghost. I showed you the hoodie, but Mrs. Wookiee already stole it and has been wearing it somewhere around the house. All right, let's jump into the rough news that we are here to discuss. First off, I don't want anybody to miss out. If you didn't already, go over to my Twitter. You can get a $777 Galaxis engine if you win. All right, Vox has pretty much burned down. What do you mean by that? All right. So maybe not as horrific, but it's pretty bad, or at least I think it's really bad. So essentially, Gala has had kind of a big shakeup, if you haven't noticed recently, with Gala Music, and then now with Vox. Bucks and Irrelevant, I know we're kind of like friends, or at least together, or something like that. And Irrelevant was in charge of the Vox. Vox is obviously kind of the beating heart of Gala. And what we found out is that there really isn't a Voxverse at all at the moment, which sucks. What that means is there's no playtest that's going to be happening. It won't be happening this entire year. So apparently that there's some things that were kind of made, but there is no like Voxverse world. So you might ask about, well, what about like Will Wright? Because Will Wright, he obviously had a big part of Vox, right? Essentially what him and his group were paid for was essentially to come in and design kind of, systems, right? Really think out like the systems, the economy, how things are going to work, how Vox will interact with each other. The whole shape grammar of like creating things. That was their whole job, and they delivered on that. And apparently they've kind of been like, they've been ghosted for the last year is what we're hearing. So that Will Wright has, had to like reach out and be like, hey, nobody's been talking to us. What is going on? Because, they've been involved with stuff. This is the one thing I can find that to me looked like a game, right? That little snippet there, that little clip, right? Showed at least something of a game. But one thing that we all kind of think about is essentially a lot of these videos, a lot of clips, a lot of stills that we were shown. We all assume that this was inside of a game, and apparently it was not, that these were like rendered videos or artistic kind of, creations. At least that's what I'm gathering so far. Totally possible that I'm wrong about some of this, but I'm trying to just kind of give this to all you guys kind of straight. So, when we saw this, like this is obviously what we'd assume the Vox world would look like. I thought this was like pretty built out. Once again, I'm not a dev, so I'm sorry for any devs out there that are going to hate me when I say this, but in my head, I'm like, man, how hard can it be to make a cool AI generated Minecraft type game? I mean, we have like Roblox out there, and I've seen so many other kind of, games like that. Now, people might hate me and they'll say, oh, well, it takes a lot longer to build stuff than that, which totally fine, totally chill. But my point is, since they're kind of starting from not complete scratch, because like I said, they have some things that they have like built and made and worked on in pots here and there. But since they don't have Voxverse or anything, and they have a small team of like 20 people, if I was benefactor, I would definitely push really hard with the Voxverse team, and basically kind of giving them the extra people that they need and or the extra funds to get this up and running. Because to me, this would be a huge priority, because essentially what we're being told is, a whole year ago, we were told that a playtest was coming up like in the next quarter. And now it's basically going to be 2 years from when we were told a playtest was coming that we're going to get to see Voxverse at all. And, I get you got to build everything, but it's just like, wow, what was happening? It sounds like things were kind of compartmentalized, where maybe people were being shown some of this footage or some of these stills, and it was kind of being misled on like what was being built. I don't know for sure. And of course, they probably don't want to like disparage people, but in the end of it, right? I mean, this is the Irrelevant's fault. Is my guess, right? I mean, I don't know what else I'm supposed to think. I know that they like don't want to be, saying bad things about bad, people's names and stuff. And of course, there's always two sides to a story. I don't know what he would have to say, but my point is, he was in charge of all this, and there is no product right now. The reason I would push really hard is this video right here that we're watching, the Voxverse Division that was dropped like in 2022. This has almost 10 million views. I mean, people besides Miranda's, Vox is the other thing that people really, really love about Gala. They love that Benefactor wants to have Vox utility in all their first party games and encourage like third party developers to like include Vox into their games. So that was a big reason why, yeah, it's like awesome. We want to have these. And then of course, the other aspect of Vox was avatars that DeFi. So whether they wanted this to be said or not, a year ago during the AMA, one of the lead project devs or managers or whoever said that they were building a DeFi for galachain, like a DeFi platform, like a DEX, a decentralized exchange, and that Vox were going to be like at the center of it or at the heart of it, right? Which is what we've all kind of assumed that, I get DeFi is different than DEX, but still everybody assumed that there would be some kind of aspect to like rarity and that maybe you'd be able to use Vox to lock up Gala because that's literally what is stated on the website underneath here is that Vox would be able to lock up Gala, basically for like an earning potential. The souls were sold, which of course had more earning potential. And of course we assume that would be linked in with the DeFi and the DEX. And the thing is like, I get that we've done this kind of shakeup. We've changed, our focus with like, Vox and are getting realigned, which is great. Okay. So it's not dead. Okay. They're not giving up on anything, nothing like that. Basically what we're told is we're essentially behind, quite behind in my mind. And it sounds like they maybe had multiple projects they were trying to work on. We found out as well that, the Get Plucked, which was fun, it was a fun little kind of side game. But it sounds like the devs and everything had to really kind of pull away from Voxverse to work on this, right? And bring us this, which again, it was a neat thing, but this isn't what we want. We want our Voxverse, right? And the other aspect that we want, besides being able to play, having the utility, is of course the avatars at DeFi. Once again, you could say it was meant to mean that Vox can earn Vox coin. That's fine. That's cool. But they don't, and they haven't this whole time. And, we've been promised the avatars at DeFi, and the clock is running, right? And it's been however many years. So people are frustrated with this news. It's definitely understandable. And the thing is, we heard in DWF Labs, this AMA that they did with Gala, that there was going to be like a Gala swap, like a DEX on galachain coming, which of course we would assume that would happen, right, to some degree, or at least a third party would get on there really fast. And the question is it sounds like Vox are not going to have any role in that DEX, which, yeah, if that's a legal thing or not, but it's just the problem is there's been so many promises of what Vox are going to do and the utility with them and everything that I would really, really do what I could do to really give them what they need to really get this moving. That's my 2 cents. Yes, I am not a billionaire or a millionaire and, do not run a billionaire or millionaire company, but there are parallels to running, even if it's like just a medical like clinic or hospital, there's still, steps to management and leadership. And it's cool that they're going to be bringing or creating this, like, I guess they're going to be doing actual in-office work. Right. And so I don't know if a lot of the remote jobs are probably going to go away because they're going to be wanting people to work at like a physical location. It's probably easier to keep track of people that way, keep track of progress, and really kind of that focus, remote jobs versus in-office jobs. But whew, man, this has been tough, been sad. I think one of the other things that I want to mention and put a plug out there is one of our best people, right? Vera Awesome, who has been like the community manager at Vox, has been terminated, is the word used. So I don't know if that's the same as fired. But she has been like, she's not in the Discord. She's been like banned from the Discord. And so my question is like, was that like really unfavorable circumstances as well? I know you can't really always like speak to stuff like that. But my point is, we have previous Gala employees in the Gala Discords, numerous of them, right, that stick around, right? Like nothing bad about that. And Vera Awesome obviously she owns Vox just like the rest of us. She's part of the community. And I would be blown away if she had a bunch of disparaging comments or something like in the Discord. And even if she did, then you could ban her if she was like actually becoming a problem then or something, right? But I mean, Vera being a problem is just like mind blowing to me. And so if she didn't really do anything wrong, then why can't she be in the Discord? So I did send a couple of messages to a couple of folks hoping that maybe they can do something about that, because I would like her to be a part of us. Yeah. So small plug here for September morning. A little bit of a change. They're dropping the body count is going to be upgraded tomorrow. So just wanted to give them a shout out because Emily Lazar, she's awesome. September morning's awesome, and the artists are awesome. Remember, with all these tracks and Gala music and everything, 70% of all this is going straight to the artist. Okay, so I think that's one cool part. 30% goes to Gala. I've seen that in the contract. If you go through and you look at the contract and stuff and the terms and conditions, if you're trying to be an artist, and so definitely want to give a shout out to them. They're super awesome. Links down below if you need to get over to Gala Music. And then for Gala Games and Echoes of Empire launch, I have not gone to play it. I basically spent this evening kind of reading through some of the Vox stuff and trying to get a hold of that. And then I'll go ahead and drop this video tomorrow morning, fresh for everybody to review. And let me know your comments down below with all the Vox stuff that's going on, and what you think. I mean, the big thing is they for sure, are have to like really hard double down on their commitment and really try to see what they can do with speed and kind of really bringing something forward. I know that they've already said that, yeah, this is not going away, that Vox is here to stay, and that they are committed to building this. It's just they basically had to kind of strip everything down, right? Strip everything away and bring in some other folks in the Gala Games to really kind of bring it all center. And yeah, bring it to back to Gala Games, if that's part of the company and stuff. And let's get this this thing moving. That's my opinion. As always, stay warm, Wookiees.